This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is HomeTalkUSA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yay! Welcome, America! Welcome all of you tuning in to this hour of the Invent America show on the Home Talk USA radio network. This is part of our family now. Each week at the second hour, which is about 4 o'clock Central Time, we like to talk to the inventors of America, the technologies of the future, all the great minds that we got a chance to pick their brain to get their products to market and let them walk them through the steps that it takes to be successful. Well, it takes the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton, has been doing this a long time, to be my co-host and my sidekick and very experienced in these areas. And I'd like to welcome her right now. Rita, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here, always.
I just run out of things to say about you myself, so I got to,
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, how was your week?
It was wonderful.
Right.
Surprise. It was, we had a wonderful weekend, Mother's Day weekend, and so I got to fly out and spend it with family.
Wow. So this show this week is about cool new inventions, right?
I know. It's so much. We've talked about some serious stuff, and there are so many things out there that are fun. They're just, it's like, oh my God, they're so cool. And so I decided that it was time to have a show that talked about, the cool, fun stuff. And we've had other things on in the past, golf balls that light up at night so you can golf at night, and, the cool new ice cream scoops and all that kind of stuff. So I decided I was going to title one Cool, Fun Stuff. So that's what we're doing.
Wow.
And, the steps are the same, Michael. I get people that will say, I've got a new invention, but I don't think I can file a patent on it because I'm not really an inventor. It's like, no. A new idea, something that's better, a better widget, a better, gadgets out there that makes something, to work easier. That does put you into the inventor category. And so it's not, you don't have to be, the next scientist developing, gravity or something like that. All you got to do is have a better ice cream scoop.
Yeah, we talked about, 2 types of technologies, new technologies and products that have not invented yet. And then we talk about current technologies or products that you can make better.
Exactly.
And that's what we try to let people know. It's not trying to come up with that great new idea. Also, what's successful is to capitalize and to improve an idea or a product that's already there. So, and that's what's the good part about, when you patent, you have an exclusive of what you do, but not exclusive for future amendments or I don't know how you say it to the product itself. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And as technology changes, some inventors will continue to file intellectual property on their products. So they're constantly extending the life then of that product. But then there's other things. It's like, it was, they have that aha moment. They file a patent. They're able to get the product into the marketplace. And there's not new technology necessarily to keep filing on it, but some things there are new technologies that keep improving the life of a product. It really just depends. We've got a couple of inventors on today that have got cool, new, fun products, and one of them is very practical, but it does a whole bunch of things, and it's the whole bunch of things that make it kind of cool. And then another one is, it helps kids that are trying to develop a skill set to track the skill set on their own. So they don't need somebody standing there telling them what they're doing right or how they've improved. It's a gadget that tells them. So that's cool. Fun stuff, right?
Let's talk about our guest this week.
All right, so Brayden Hunter is going to be our first guest. He's invented, like I said, a gadget that it makes it more safe when you're in a bathroom stall. I mean, it's not something you necessarily think about until you're there and it doesn't work right. But it does a whole bunch of other cool things. And then one of our other inventors, and this gentleman found me because his father's an inventor. It's amazing how that just kind of, runs down the generations. The other one found us because he was listening to the radio show, and he went in and filled out one of the forms, and yay. If you want to be on the radio show, click on Inventor Lady, fill out the form, because it drops right into my email box. I can see it within seconds. And then I can get you teed up to be on a show. And then our industry expert, I am really excited to announce, is going to become one of our sponsors.
Wow.
And so he's seen a lot of cool, fun stuff, and that's one of his questions is like, what's the coolest thing that you've seen and helped develop and get to the marketplace?
Wow. But let me okay. So we have Brayden Hunter, the Stall Smart Safety Tool website, and
exactly.
And
then we've got Shawn Moye, who's a sports trainer, and then Addison Shelton, and he is the CEO of Kickr Design, which is
a product expert that we like to have on the show. At the end of the show. Great. All right.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like you have a real good topic, and as always, we're going to learn a lot from these new technologies. And I
want to encourage the inventors out there that have got a better way of doing something. The gentleman we had on last week had a new spatula for cleaning out cans, and I saw it. It's amazing. But who would have thought? When his patent is issued, and people don't necessarily think of themselves as an inventor, but this country was founded on inventors getting new products into the marketplace. Yeah. And we want to encourage every single one of them. If you've got that aha moment, is it really something that you can, move forward with? And if so, that we give them the tools to do it the right way.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's but what is your website if they need some further information, though, Rita?
It's inventorlady.com. So we're easy to find. My phone number is posted all over the place. I get people that say, I didn't expect you to answer your phone. I do answer my phone. And, so that's kind of been wonderful. It's like, we expected, an answering service or, whatever. But no, we don't do that here. We answer the phone and talk to inventors and answer their questions. So I had two that just called me over the weekend that said, hey, I saw the radio show. Help me out.
Wow, great. Hey, well, Rita, we've got to take a short break. There's some music, and we're going to come back with our first guests right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live at the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. If you want to learn about the Invent America show or Home Talk USA, it's very simple. Just go to HomeTalkUSA.com. All right, we're going to step away, pay some bills. Please visit our website again, HomeTalkUSA.com. By helping to patronize all these great sponsors, basically keeps our show on the air, since none of our guests are charged to be on this radio program. I'm the Cajun Contractor, along with my co-host, Rita Crompton. We're going to be right back. Yay!
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back to the only home improvement show dedicated to you, the American consumer. Don't forget to visit our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. All right, Rita, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Brayden Hunter. He is the inventor of Stall Smart Safety Tool, and he's 27, grew up in Colorado, camping, fishing, hunting, all those fun hobbies, and that is really what led to then his inventing this product. Brayden, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell everybody what Stall Smart Safety Tool is.
Yeah, so the Stall Smart Safety Tool, it is a portable keychain-sized lock in the case that you get stuck in a restroom stall that has a broken or missing latch.
And,
on top of that,
I travel all the time, and it happens all the time, and you don't really think about it till you're in there and say, well, darn, the door doesn't lock.
Yes, ma'am, yes. Unfortunate situation I think everyone's had to deal with.
So the fun part of this is how many other things it does.
Yeah, so we do have a few separate functions aside from the portable stall lock feature, such as a tungsten carbide tip for like breaking a window. You see a lot more situations now where dogs or children get trapped in a hot car. So we decided we had the platform with the Stall Smart to add that onto the tip in case someone does ever end up in that situation. More than likely, if they don't have the Stall Smart on them, they don't have something that's easily able to break through a window. Other situations we've ran into is out with, like, my mom and my sister. Their purse is sort of in the way, so they needed something to hang it off the table. So we were able to make it work as a purse hanger. On top of that, growing up in Colorado, we also, have to wear coats when it gets cold, and we went into stalls that also did not have the coat hook in them, so you had to hang your coat over the stall, which is inconvenient, and the bottle opener as well, just in case you ever get parched. And plus, along with all those features, we also decided to add a personal safety aspect to it. There was an article that said for women to carry their keys between their fingers if they were feeling unsafe. I didn't trust my mom and sister having to rely on their house keys to make themselves feel safe. So we decided to incorporate a longer shaft onto it so it could be used as a personal safety tool.
Excellent. And, all of these things exist separately. But, as a woman, I don't want to carry all of them in my purse. And as a guy, they wouldn't all fit in a pocket. So it's nice that it's in one device.
Yeah, that was the whole idea, make it easy and convenient and really let the customer get their value out of that product.
So, cool, fun invention. And so you're actually manufacturing now and selling the product.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we did receive our first shipment roughly about a week ago now, and are getting them all put together, packaged, and everything ready for assembly, and we have plenty ready to send out at this point.
Excellent. How do people get a hold of this? Where are you going to be selling?
So they could go to our website, stallsmartsafetytool.com, and from there they'll be able to place their order online, and we'll get their product to them as soon as possible.
Excellent. So, congratulations, because it's tough to get to the point of being, an inventor selling products. So good for you. Kudos goes out to you, and I know your dad's been a help to you and everything. So during this process, what has been your biggest surprise?
Yeah, thank you. And I would say, as far as my biggest surprise during the process was the difficulty in finding a manufacturer in the U.S. A lot of it flowed pretty well and was able to keep going, but I'd say the hardest part was truly, one, getting a hold of manufacturers, and two, getting manufacturers to actually take the time and try to sit down and talk. And we did have to move outside of the U.S. just because out of hundreds of calls, we didn't get one here. I would say that was definitely the hardest out of it all.
All right. Well, and I wish you'd been, calling me earlier. I would have introduced you to Kickr Design because they do exactly what you needed to have done. So we've learned as we've been broadcasting, there are some really good companies in the U.S., but they're not always easy to find.
Yeah, definitely. That's, I think it gets so overpopulated with some of the bad ones that it does make it difficult to find the good ones.
It certainly does. It certainly does. So your dad was a big influence on you because he had a product that he had gone to market with. So has it been fun working this closely with your father?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been very influential, as far as the design process, the ideas of what to add, as well as, making sure to keep me on the straight path of don't veer off and make sure to get this done and don't stop believing kind of deal.
Yep, it's really important that when you get that first momentum going, life gets in the way for everybody, and getting back on track then is really important. We would love to have you join us at the Inventor Roundtable meetings because there's going to be people who have questions. That's kind of our call-in version of the show that other inventors can share with other inventors. And you can also then be able to give advice to the inventors who are just getting started. And your dad used to come to the IRT meetings in Denver when they were in person.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would absolutely love to join those.
So we will make sure that you and anyone else that fills out one of our forms gets the link to be able to join us. It's inventorsroundtable.com. We do 2 a month, one on the second Thursday, we just did last week, and then one on the fourth Monday. And the meetings are free.
Awesome. Well, I will make sure to be there.
So we would love to have you. So at what point then, Brayden, did you say, I've got something here that I'm going to get to market? And there's our music. You're going to have to save that for one of our meetings, and I will make sure that I ask it when you join us at one of our meetings.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Anyway, we need to take a break and pay some bills, right, Michael?
That's right. We got to pay some bills right here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the World Wide Web at HomeTalkUSA.com. I'm the Cajun Man along with Rita Crompton, the Inventor Lady. We're going to be right back.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yeah, don't forget anything that has to do with this radio program, the Home Talk USA radio network, the Invent America show. You can go to our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. Rita, who's next?
Our next guest is Shawn Moye. I hope I said that correctly, Shawn. He is the inventor of Sports Trainer. And I've been to your website, and this is just such a cool product for those kids trying to do better at sports. Tell us about it, Shawn, and thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's greatly appreciated. And yes, it's Shawn Moye. And the product is a wearable sports training aid. It provides real-time tracking and feedback to the user based on the data being recorded by the product. And what it does is helps them improve their performance. Also working on an app to show real-time trends so they can see their trends in real time digitally.
So, this is so cool because parents can't always be there, but kids want to get better. And this is a way that, the young athletes out there can actually then track themselves.
Absolutely. And that's what the idea generated from, right? I worked a lot at the time. I didn't have the time. I was working swing shifts, so I'm always rotating. But I still wanted to make sure my son had a competitive advantage, so that's where it generated.
I know parents enjoy watching, and I'm sure that you enjoyed watching your son learn how to use this device and the other kids that are able to use it. How are you able to share this with the world? What are you doing to market it and get it out there?
Okay, so what I'm doing is I was on America's Big Deal, which aired on the USA Network with Joy Magano, who's really amazing. She's the QVC queen. I did Entrepreneur Elevator Pitch as well, so that's another resource I reached out to. And being on that show, I was able to get Brandon, ex-NFL Brandon Marshall, as an advisor to the company. And then I was in Inventors Digest magazine, so just reaching out to a lot of publications and a lot of cohorts, trying to make as many connections as I can, putting myself out there to kind of get this product out into the marketplace.
Well, that's a lot, and I'm impressed because, being able to do some of those things, they've got to believe that you've got a serious product there.
Yes, absolutely, and the feedback that I'm getting from even doing a lot of customer discovery currently with a lot of coaches and trainers, and the feedback saying this was necessary. I was talking to a WNBA player, and she was testing it out, wishing that she had this when she was growing up. The feedback that I'm really getting is if you can get this into the hands of kids before they start developing certain bad habits, the better off they'll be. But then there's 3 different levels. So once someone already has established training or established mechanics, this product can also record your current mechanics and then track you if you deviate from what you do currently.
Excellent. So share a secret, and I won't tell anybody. How did you get on Joy's show?
So what I did was, I was always looking around. So one thing I would advise people to do is look around, search the web for shows looking for inventors, shows looking for entrepreneurs, different shows. So as I was looking, America's Big Deal just popped up. It was one season. I just applied for it. I did the interview. They flew me out to New York, did the taping and everything like that. It was amazing, but it was just because I stayed diligent and trying to look, as it relates to marketing, trying to look for new ways to get the product out, and it just popped up and it worked out.
Wonderful. Impressive. And we're going to get you back on the show when we're talking about marketing. Today's was cool, fun stuff, and this is definitely in that category of cool, fun stuff. So for our audience, all right, Shawn, what advice would you have for a new inventor or someone who just thinks they've got that, next cool idea? Give them some advice.
Some advice I would give you is, first and foremost, enjoy the process. I wish I would have learned that sooner, that the process is part of the promise. So there's value even in a no. You can gain value from that as well. Secondly, ask a lot of questions. Try to join different cohorts. Connect with people that are doing what you do. Always, you can reach out to me. I'm always willing to help. We don't have a lot of trusted resources out there, but I'm definitely one of those. And then, of course, let your passion cause a reaction. Just keep pushing, keep driving. Stay positive in everything you're doing. Work on building a brand and working on building your invention every single day. And, again, just enjoy the process. And they can always reach out to me with the specific questions they may have on the invention process, marketing, manufacturing, or anything like that. I'm always available.
Well, and how did you hear about us? I mean, you reached out to me.
Yes. So, again, being connected to some people. So in North Carolina, I was part of the an invention program out there, and they said anybody who want to be on the show, reach out to this show and to Rita. And I'm like, yes, absolutely, I want to be a part of it. And that's how it's just a connection, right? The 6 degrees of separation, which I firmly believe in. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody that can help you. And I'm so grateful and blessed to be on the show.
Well, we're going to do a video with you in the next week or so that you can actually show people the product and how it works. Give us your website, please.
Okay, so the website is e-sports, S-P-O-R-T-S, so it's S, all one word, e-sportstrainer.com.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we'll make sure that we post then your website with everything, and we'll do some videos so people can actually see what it is, and we post that over 8 streaming platforms for you.
Awesome. So greatly appreciated for people like you to help us who are trying to get our product out on the market.
Well, there's a lot of scoundrels out there, and we don't want people taken advantage of.
Absolutely. I'm totally in agreement with you.
Well, Shawn, we definitely want to thank you. What's that website again?
So it's e-sportstrainer.com.
Great. Well, we're going to have to take a short break. Thank you for being our guest, all right?
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, again, we're going to keep this show moving. Moving. That's right. We're going to come back with our next guests here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network. You're listening to Invent America along with me and my co-hosts, the Inventor Lady herself, Rita Crompton. I'm the Cage Man. I'll be right back. Yay! And Rita.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yay! Welcome back. That's right. Another guest, another topic, education and information. Right, Rita?
That's right.
Who are we going to talk to now? Oh, our product expert, right?
That's right. Our next guest is Addison Shelton. He is the CEO of Kickr Design. Went to Stanford, but started his engineering education back in middle school with a drill press and a table saw. I am sure you just made your parents really nervous. But, worked as lead production engineer at Apple, Task Lab, fascinating history in getting to where he is now as CEO of Kickr Design. Addison, thank you so much for being with us.
Great. Thanks a lot, Rita and Michael. I'm happy to be here.
And I need to add, he is one of our sponsors for the program, so you are a go-to expert for us. And we are just so pleased to be able to introduce you that way. But, over the years, and because you've been doing this for a long time, I am sure you have really seen some really fun, cool stuff. I suppose some funny stuff, too. Share with us some of your cool experiences.
Sure. Yeah, we've seen a lot of different really amazing product ideas. Honestly, the most exciting thing for us is when the inventors and entrepreneurs are excited. But there's definitely a couple that have kind of stood out. there was one customer actually in Bermuda, and he had a muscular degenerative disease. He was in his 40s, and it had kind of been affecting him his whole life. And he basically had a goal of he wanted to be able to get up out of his wheelchair and walk into Starbucks. And so he had this idea. Essentially, he had some control of his legs, and he could swing his leg forward and kind of let his knee lock and support it with weight, but it wasn't very reliable for him. You know, sometimes he'd swing his leg forward and it wouldn't quite lock, and it could potentially lead to him falling down. So he came to us, and we designed, prototyped, and built essentially a mechanical device that sensed when he swung his leg forward, it locked his knee. He could then apply weight to it, and then kind of do the same thing on the other leg, and then walk into the Starbucks. So that one was, I think, that was especially exciting just because it really got him to just what he wanted, which was just go in and get a coffee. That was a pretty neat one.
I hate to repeat myself, but that is such a cool idea, and good for you. What do you need from an inventor to get started? Do they just walk into you with an idea, or is it better to have, patent pending status, CAD drawings? What is it that you need, and what is the pendulum swing on that?
Sure. I mean, for us, we're generally pretty flexible, and that's kind of how we like to look at it, right? Like some inventors and entrepreneurs, this is old hat to them. They understand the process. They, have a patent. They've come in and they maybe have CAD drawings or maybe build a prototype. We're kind of happy to pick up anywhere. We also have a lot of, entrepreneurs who just had an idea, right? They might have been sitting on it for, 5 years, and they've been stewing over it, but, maybe they don't really know how to get started. So, a lot of our process in the beginning is education too, right? Like, what does it take to develop a product? And sometimes we look at products, we like to call it pre-napkin sketch, right? So have any sketches on a napkin? And so we're happy to start there too, and we'll really just kind of walk somebody through the process, build an estimate for them and help them understand what that entails, and then get to thinking.
Well, that's excellent, and we're so glad to have you on board. Give us your website.
Sure. It's Kickr Design. That's www.kickr.design.com.
Excellent. And all of your information that will be posted on the website so that people will be able to find you. And when they call me up and say, oh, that guy you were talking to, how do I get a hold of him? I will be more than happy to give them all of your information. And it's just, how long has Kickr Design been around?
We've been around officially for 8 years. I started doing some kind of product design for friends and family prior to that, which is really what led me to start Kickr Design. I was like, oh, wow, there's actually something here. There's a lot of people who need some engineering help. So, it's been a fun ride.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Michael, you want to say goodbye to Addison? Well, Mike, we may have lost him. Every once in a while it falls off, so I can hear the music playing.
Great. Well, thanks so much.
And thank you very, very much for being with us. We're off to pay some bills, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot.
To Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back. That's right, to the only home improvement show dedicated to you, the American consumer. Rita, I tell you, that was some great guests today. I like the sports trainer. I like all our guests, all our topics. What if somebody wants some information, how they can get their product on our show, or maybe a young inventor out there might need some guidance? What would you suggest?
The easiest thing to do is to join us at the Inventor Roundtable meetings, because now we've got inventors talking to other inventors. So you get to see these people, and they're virtual. So it doesn't matter where in America or anywhere in the world that you are, you can join in, and they're free.
All right.
That's the easiest way for the interaction. And the other, just go to the website and fill out the form to be on the show.
All right. Well, Rita, we're out of time. Give people your website again.
It is www.inventorlady.com.
All right, and you can go to HomeTalkUSA.com and get all the information about this radio program. I am the Cajun contractor Michael King, along with the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Yay!
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolificarts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!